Why some people never apologize. And what you can do about it. Have you ever waited for an apology that never came? Some people find it extremely difficult to admit they were wrong, even when the evidence is clear. In this episode, you'll learn why some people avoid apologizing, how it affects relationships, and 9 practical steps to protect your peace without depending on someone else's apology. 1. Why some people never apologize. An apology seems simple. You admit you were wrong. You take responsibility. You try to repair the relationship. But for some people, apologizing feels much harder than that. To them, admitting they were wrong feels like admitting they are weak. They may fear rejection. They may fear losing respect. Or they may simply never have learned how to apologize in a healthy way. Instead of saying, "I was wrong," they deny what happened. Blame someone else. Change the subject. Or pretend nothing happened. Waiting for an apology that never comes can leave you feeling frustrated, angry, and emotionally stuck. The good news is that your healing does not have to depend on another person's willingness to apologize. 2. Understand that pride often gets in the way. For some people, pride becomes more important than the relationship. They believe admitting fault means they have lost. Instead of protecting the relationship, they protect their ego. Recognizing this can help you stop taking their silence personally. Their refusal to apologize often says more about them than it does about you. 3. Some people fear shame. There is a difference between guilt and shame. Guilt says, "I made a mistake." Shame says, "I am a mistake." People who struggle with shame may avoid apologizing because they cannot separate their actions from their identity. Admitting one mistake feels overwhelming. So they avoid it completely. 4. Emotional maturity develops over time. Not everyone has learned how to take responsibility for their actions. Some people grew up in homes where apologizing was seen as weakness. Others never saw healthy conflict being resolved. Without those examples, they may repeat unhealthy patterns throughout adulthood. Understanding this does not excuse hurtful behavior. But it can help explain it. 5. Stop waiting for closure from someone else. Many people believe they cannot move on until they receive an apology. Unfortunately, that apology may never come. If your healing depends entirely on another person's behavior, you give away your emotional freedom. Sometimes closure comes from accepting reality rather than waiting for different behavior. 6. Focus on what you can control. You cannot force someone to admit they were wrong. You cannot control their choices. You can control your response. You can decide how much access they have to your life. You can choose whether to continue the relationship. You can protect your own well-being. That is where your energy belongs. 7. Set healthy boundaries. If someone repeatedly hurts you without accepting responsibility, stronger boundaries may be necessary. Limit unnecessary conflict. Be clear about what behavior you will and will not accept. Healthy boundaries are not punishments. They are protection. They protect your emotional well-being while giving the other person responsibility for their own actions. 8. Accept sincere apologies when they come. Not everyone avoids apologizing. When someone genuinely accepts responsibility, listen carefully. A sincere apology usually includes 4 things. They admit what they did. They acknowledge how it affected you. They express genuine regret. And they try to change their behavior. Real apologies are supported by consistent actions, not just words. 9. Choose peace over proving a point. It is natural to want people to admit they hurt you. But constantly arguing in the hope of forcing an apology often creates even more pain. Sometimes the healthiest decision is accepting that another person may never give you what you need. Choosing peace does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you refuse to let someone else's behavior continue controlling your life. 10. A final message. An apology can help heal a relationship. but your emotional well-being should never depend entirely on receiving one. Some people will apologize. Some people never will. Do not allow another person's pride to keep you trapped in resentment. Learn from the experience. Protect your boundaries. Focus on what you can control. And keep moving forward. Sometimes the greatest act of emotional intelligence is finding peace without the apology you hoped for.